changing percents into decimals and fractions. Now this is probably the easiest one because we take 30% and we know 30% is 30 out of 100. Now of course we have to simplify. 30 out of 100 would be 3/10, so 3 over 10. And when we say that, 3/10, that's our decimal, so 3/10. So 30%, 3 over 10, and 3/10 are all the same value. Let's go ahead and let's look at a different example. Let's look at fractions. So let's take 3/4, and let's change this into a percent and a decimal. Now, probably the easiest is to go to decimal first, so fraction to decimal. Again, we can do that by dividing numerator by denominator. So 3 divided by 4 will give us 0.75 or 75 hundredths. So that is our decimal. And again, 75 hundredths, when we say that, that would indicate the percent too. So 75 out of 100, 75%. Now, another way to do that would be to take a look at where the decimal is and move it 2 spots to the right. So when we move it 2 spots to the right, it will now come behind the 5 or just be 75. So to go from decimal to percent, we can move the decimal 2 spots to the right. All right, let's take a look at our final one now. Let's take a look at starting with the decimal and going into fraction and percent. Now, probably the easiest here is going to be to start from going decimal to fraction. So decimal to fraction, if we just say it 38 hundredths, we say the fraction 38 hundredths. Now, again, this can be simplified down to 19/50ths. And then percent, we want to go back to that 38 out of 100 because it's 38 per 100 or 38%.